Hi, everybody.
Hello, I am Ryan,
I'm Bethany.
and we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Today we're going to be talking to you about Harry Potter, Hogwarts Battle, Defense Against the Dark Arts. This
That's
most
our
amount
title.
of colons in a game record.
But before we do, let's get into our pounds and inches segment. Something pretty exciting happened today at work, which might seem really mundane to everybody else, but I went for a run on my lunch break, and none of my coworkers said anything about it. And for me, I view that as a good thing because it's just routine. That's just what Bethany does. She just runs on her lunch break. It's not even something to talk about anymore because that's how routine it's become for those that I work with. And I like that I've arrived at that point.
I have not arrived. I have plateaued. But one thing I've noticed is that I'm getting better at celebrating the small victories I have. Because even though I'm plateaued at the weight I'm at, that's way better than plateauing at the weight that I was at. And so I can celebrate those small victories of, hey, you know what? Today you worked out, or today you made some good food choices.
Yeah.
So I'm celebrating these small victories.
Speaking of small victories, this game is all about small victories. It's round after round after round, and you have to defeat the other person 3 times. So you really have to have those small victories in there in order to win.
Nice segue.
You're 2 wizards, duking it out in this duel round after round, and we'll just have Ryan show you how that works.
So here is the setup for Hogwarts Battle Defense Against the Dark Arts. You have one player sitting on this side, one over here. And in this setup, I have the classic matchup between, Gryffindor and Hufflepuff. All right, well, whatever. So basically, you're going to have a small starting hand of weak cards, like in most deck builders that you might come across, and you're going to be purchasing bigger and better cards that you shuffle into your deck that you can use then later on. So in this case, this is a classroom setting, so you buy new spells, items, and allies from this classroom. And there's also a library where you can also pick up books, which are going to help you as well buy new and better spells, allies, and items. There's also hexes that you can apply to your opponents. These are all bad things. Each player is going to pick out which house they are from. So in the case of Gryffindor, when you buy a spell that is the same color as Gryffindor, in addition to the top text, you're going to get a bottom effect as well. In addition to your own house, you can also get allies from the classrooms. And those allies may have different Hogwarts houses attached to them as well. So for instance, Cedric Diggory is from Hufflepuff. So if me, as a Gryffindor character, buys Cedric Diggory from the classroom, shuffles it through my deck and plays it, then in the future, whenever I play a Hufflepuff card, that's going to give me the Hufflepuff abilities in addition to its regular abilities, even though I'm not myself a Hufflepuff. The cards are going to do different things. They might give you money, which lets you buy more cards. They might give you the fight ability, which lets your opponent go backwards. Or they might give you hearts, which lets you go forwards. If you get all the way back down here to the stun, you have lost that round. You have to take one of these really neat metal tokens, place it on your board, and then you restart. You shuffle your deck, your hand, your discard pile. Both players go back to the starting spot, and you play again. You just until one person has lost 3 times. And at that point, the other player is the winner. So this game has a lot of similarities to its older brother, the Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle game, which is a full cooperative game, as opposed to the kind of the dueling game. But it uses a lot of the same symbols and a lot of the same kind of mechanisms, but the way they turned it into a competitive game is a lot of fun.
I like how you start with your special ability. So in the older brother, when you play a character, there's a special ability that comes with it. But with this, every you and your opponent get the same choice of 3 special abilities. So you can play the same one or a different one against each other. And we found it's pretty balanced when we play. We've played through all of the different abilities against each other with the same and different. And I like that they're so, that little thing that you get to make the choice of, and you can kind of base your game on that.
This game is super fast. Each round takes maybe 5-10 minutes. And again, it's the first of 3 victories. So it might go a full round of 5 rounds possible. But still, no matter what, this is 45 minutes or less. And it's fun.
So I really like the presentation of this box. I am a sucker for good presentation. And this just suckered me in. A little suitcase, a little sleeve. Gosh darn it. It got me, man. It got me.
Well, my biggest problem is we have like a 2-player section on our board game shelf, and it doesn't match the other size of the 2-player games we have. But that does not change how it plays. It's just I want to put them all together.
So I do have to say, I wasn't sure if I liked this game the first time we play. We make sure to review games multiple times, or play games multiple times before we bring you reviews, because we want to know our full thoughts on it. And I'm happy that we did, because I did end up liking it. But I felt sometimes when you lose, it's not so much a tug of war as it is like being dragged through the mud. And sometimes I love a game even when I'm losing that bad, but this is not the case. And so when you are losing that bad, it's just, it wasn't enjoyable.
Well, I disagree. I thought it was a great time. I love dragging you through the mud. That's a fun for me. No, this game, it's really fun. It's staying in our collection for sure. Now that Shin's warmed up to it a little bit. Yeah, this is a game I really enjoy. I like how fast it is. I love the different abilities you get. I love the theme of the game. Not just the IP of Harry Potter, but also the actual theme of these dueling wizards. How you can kind of, get these spells and the items, get your allies to help you out. I think it works really well together. All right, so don't forget, we do have our month of spooky reviews coming up in October, so be sure to stay tuned for that. You can subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos as they come out. We're also on Facebook. We are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. We are on Twitter at Ryan and Bethany 1. We're on Instagram at Ryan and Bethany. And we also have our blog on BoardGameGeek.com. It's called Pounds and Inches, where we talk a little bit more about our weight loss journey.
All right, well, this is Ryan and I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.